Working with here. My ladders and all that good stuff are up top. So I'll catch you guys at the first job. Alright guys, so we're out here at Trouble Call. You can see the new truck. Just got it actually, it's great. What we're doing now is the modem's stuck in range, so that means it's not getting the signal that it should be getting. So I've already checked everything inside and levels seem normal. There was a return pad on the back of the modem. With that will cause your levels to be either too high or too low. It's an upstream trap, so it really shouldn't make a difference because the levels, unless it was a 12 trap, I didn't really look. Levels were great without it, so I just took it off. As you can see, I got my ladder set up, grab some fittings because we might have to change this one up here. Yeah, so I'll see you guys at the top of this ladder. Alright guys, so if you look at this is the tap right here. This is what your tap's always going to look like, either aerial or underground. There was a jumper made, and what a jumper is just a piece of cable with two fittings on either end. It was barreled to this, as you can see the barrel's in there. I don't even have a fitting to put on that. Generally you don't do that, but what I'm doing now is I'm checking the levels in relation to what they are at the house. So we're up here. It's a beautiful area. Well, beautiful as it's gonna get in the area that I'm in, to be honest. But so we're checking this out. The downstream up here is a 22. So we're gonna rechange the thing on here. We're gonna do it at the tap. We're gonna let that run. And this is a 23 tap. So the levels shouldn't be how they are with this. So it could be, that's the amplifier there. So we're gonna make sure everything is on the up and up here. If not, we're gonna call our zone leader, do something plant side. So I'm gonna go make a new jumper because there's not really anything else I can do with this particular drop. Check the levels, barrel it, check it again inside and see if we're good. Alright, so we just made the new jumper, looking pretty professional. Now, under certain circumstances, different circumstances than this, I would probably change the whole drop. But it's going through the siding. The parents aren't here, by the way. If somebody looks young, like this kid did, I asked him what his birthday was. He said he's 19. I asked him for his ID, and he's 19, September 2001. Always make sure that you check, because you'll be in for a world of trouble if not. But the parents aren't home. As you can see, the drop goes there all the way over to the side of the house, and it goes in the siding. That's not the way we do it, but like I said, the parents aren't here to consent, and this is just going to be a quick little fix. So I'm going to head back up the pole. Alright, so he was 22 over 37 here at the tap. So in relation, this is probably a little over 150 feet. His levels are kind of where they should be at the house, but this is the new jumper service loop to the drop. So tap, service loop, drop. The service loops are in case anyone has to come out and maybe they need to cut back to make a new fitting like I did. There was not anywhere near enough slack to do so. So this jumper has a service loop. You want service loops here, you want a service loop here at the beginning of the drop. You want a service loop if there's a midspan or a sub pole rather. You want to service loop it there, and then you want to service loop it at the house. You want service loops, so it makes it easier for the next guy. You want to make sure everything's tagged. That has a tag on it. We're gonna go back in and check the levels inside. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I just got done at my technically third job of the day. It ended up being a reschedule. So the thing is, what I should mention, if you're in the field now and you're going to be in the field, you have to be a detective. That's one of the first things that they teach you, is that you have to be a detective all the time. Every job you get is going to be different. You have to find where the lines go. Some people won't know what's going on. They won't know where their lines are. They won't know what to do. It's up to you to be the detective and use the knowledge that you have to get the job done. Unfortunately for myself, I'm still relatively new, so I had to call in because they were confusing me because they said they didn't have internet with us, or in general, but they have a credit card machine. If you have a credit card machine, you have internet. So we went through this process trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And it's these two little old ladies, they don't know. And so that took a big chunk out of my time frame trying to figure all this out. So you're always gonna have to be a detective. You're always gonna have to ask questions. And one thing that I learned is take control of your job. You have to be a detective and take control of your job. If somebody doesn't know what's going on, you're gonna have to find it. You're not always gonna be able to call somebody. So you have to pay attention at every job. Aside from that, I'm headed off another 30-minute drive to my next job. So I'll catch you at the next one. It's a trouble call. Maybe we'll go over it. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. All right, guys. So what I'm doing now is I'll try to set this up as best I can, so you can actually see what's going on. Actually, that other job that we did before didn't end up going how we thought. I had to go help somebody out, another technician. So we ended up doing a business install. Not terrible, took a little bit, but now we're doing a reconnect, and we are working out of a pedestal that's in the ground. Generally, these are the jobs that we pray for, because even if we have to run a new line, we can run an underground line, leave it there, and somebody comes to bury it. It's pretty cut and dry. But for the sake of time today, since it's almost my time to clock out, we're going to do everything that we can to get it set up properly and not have to do that. So what I'm going to do is check for ingress on our line going into the house. Now, ingress is noise on the line, and it could be caused by bad fittings, a bad line itself, a bad wall plate, water in the line. It could be a whole different set of circumstances for each job. The levels coming out of the tap are perfect. I think we're right at positive 10, and we're gonna probably be, I'm gonna say, about an 8, 7 or an 8 in the house. Maybe less, because it's not that far of a drop. But we're gonna check for ingress now. If there's ingress on the line, it could be something as simple as changing the fittings out. So we want to check that. And you want this usually to be wrench tight, but for checking ingress here, it should be fine. This is our meter here. So the DOCSIS was perfect. DOCSIS checks the levels coming out of the tap. For us, it could be different with your company, or if you don't know, our company at least works at between -10 and +10 on the downstream, and about a 36 to 48 on our upstream. Ingress at the tap. Okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. There's nothing going on the high end. It looks fantastic. So we're going to go inside and get these guys set up. All right, guys. So I am home now. That job where I thought we were getting out of there and everything looked great. This is something else I forgot to mention, and I didn't, and I should have. I was kind of saving it. I did mention it earlier. You have to be a detective at every single job you go to. Now, everything at this job looked great. It looked awesome. Levels out of the tap were great. The line toned out that we were going to use, it was already a line that was there from a previous connection. Now, what I realized after the fact, I went inside to check the signal inside, as you should do. You check the signals at the tap, at the ground block, and inside where the service is going to be installed. Well, the line toned out, but there was no service to it. There was getting no signal. So even though it toned out, it could have went through a bad barrel, a bad splitter. And on top of that, the client, the sub, spray foamed under the house since the last time they had service. Totally screwed me in that aspect because we couldn't pull anything down. That spray foam hardens and it's like cement. Luckily though, Dish Network had their own little module under the trailer that marked everything down. So it was labeled wrong, mind you. It was fucked up. It was labeled wrong. But I toned out one of those lines. It worked. So I put it on our input line on our splitter. Perfect. Now, it took about 45 extra minutes to determine all this. So if you feel like you're taking too long, just let somebody know what's going on. Ask somebody for help. Somebody will come help you. Your team is supposed to be there for you. My team is there for me. Somebody showed up, but I already figured it out. So I didn't need them to come, but it was good to have them there. Somebody, a senior member, to come and make sure you're on the same page, so you can kind of verify and reinforce your decision that you did the right thing. So I wanted to throw that in at the end of this video. I'm obviously home now, not in uniform. But if you guys like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. I hope that I helped somebody out today. We'll go over more stuff tomorrow. I am working. It's a limited staff holiday, but I am working. I think I volunteered for it. I don't know if they just picked my name out of a hat, but I've been volunteering for all the holiday work. Double time, man. Take the double time. Take the experience. Yeah, so I'll catch you guys in the next video.